In this presentation, I am going to speak analysis of three-span continuous beam when both ends are simply supported. So, these are the steps already you know that you have to follow. So coming to this question, determine the support moments for the continuous beam as shown in figure is constant and I values are indicated on the beam. Here you see this is the three-span continuous beam and the ends are simply supported. This is hinge supported, this is roller supported. So ends are simply supported. This is the intermediate support, B and C, intermediate support, AB, BC, CD. And the length of AB is given 4 meter, length of BC is given 8 meter, and length of CD is given 6 meter. Then the moment of inertia of AB is given I, moment of inertia of BC is given 2I, and moment of inertia of CD is given 1.5I. The load is given on span AB, eccentrical loading, that is at a distance 3 meter from the support A, and the load is given 40 kilonewton. And on span BC, there is having the uniform distributed load of intensity 10 kilonewton by meter. Then on span CD, there is having a concentrated load of 40 kilonewton at a distance 3 meter from the support D. These are the loading and the moment of inertia is given. So what is your first step? That you have to find out the fixed moments. You have to assume the ends of the span beam is fixed and you have to find out the fixed moment. So find out, first you take the span AB, assume A and B is fixed, and what is the moment MFAB and MFBA? MFAB is because here there is having the eccentrical loading. So for eccentrical loading, what is the moment? Minus WAB square by L square. When you find out this MFAB, so this is the W, this is A, this is B. L length is 3 meter and B length is 1 meter and L is 4 meter. So MFAB is equal to minus WAB square by L square. That is minus 40 into 3 into 1 square by 4 square. So this is equal to minus 7.5 kilonewton meter. Then what is MFBA? MFBA is equal to WA square B by L square. MFBA is equal to plus W into 3 square into 1 by 4 square is equal to plus 22.5 kilonewton meter. Then on span BC, so here having the uniform distributed load, and due to this UDL, find out what is the fixed moment MFBC and MFCB. MFBC is equal to minus 10 into 8 square by 12. Minus 10 into 8 square by 12. This is equal to minus 53.33 kilonewton meter. Then what is the moment MFCB? MFCB is equal to plus 10 into 8 square by 12. So this is equal to plus 53.33 kilonewton meter. Then take the span CD and due to this concentrated load 40 kilonewton and find out what is the moment MFCD and MFDC. MFCD is equal to minus 40 into 6 divided by 8. This is equal to minus 30 kilonewton meter. Then find out MFDC. This is equal to plus 40 into 6 by 8. So this is equal to plus 30 kilonewton meter. So these are the fixed moments. Then find out the relative stiffness of the members, because here you see the end A is simply supported and the end D is simply supported. So if the ends are simply supported, then the relative stiffness of the corresponding span that you have to take 3 by 4 into I by L. So here for span AB, you have to take the relative stiffness 3 by 4 into I by 4. For span CD, you have to take 3 by 4 into I by L. And for span BC, you have to take only I by L. But here I is given 2I, so 2I by 8. You find out the relative stiffness of the members. KB is equal to KBA is equal to 3 by 4 into I by 4. 3 by 4 into I by 4 is equal to 3I by 16. Then KBC is equal to KCB is equal to 2I by 8. 2I by 8. This is equal to I by 4. Then KCD is equal to KDC is equal to, here this is end span simply supported. So here 3 by 4 into 1.5 I by 6. 3 by 4 into 1.5 I by 6 is equal to 1.5 I by 8. So this is the relative stiffness of the members. Then find out the relative stiffness of the joints. Here you see the joint B and joint C. So find out the relative stiffness of joint B. So for joint B, KB is equal to KBA plus KBC. Similarly for joint C, KC is equal to KCB plus KCD. KB is equal to KBA plus KBC. You know KBA is equal to 3I by 16 and KBC is equal to I by 4. 3I by 16 plus I by 4 is equal to 7I by 16. Similarly, KC is equal to KCB plus KCD. So KCB is equal to I by 4 and KCD is equal to 1.5 I by 8. So the sum is equal to 3.5 I by 8. So this is the relative stiffness of the joints KB and KC. Then after knowing the relative stiffness of the members and the relative stiffness of the joint, then you can find out what is the distribution factor. So you know, due to simply supported end, RAB is equal to 1 and RDC is equal to 1. Here you take distribution factor 1 and here also you take 1. RAB 1 and RDC 1. Then find out the distribution factor of RBA, BC, CB and CD. So RBA is equal to KBA divided by KB and RBC is equal to KBC divided by KB. Then RCB is equal to KCB divided by KC and RCD is equal to KCD divided by KC. RBA KBA by KB is equal to 3I by 16 divided by 7I by 16. So this is equal to 3 by 7. Similarly, RBC is equal to KBC by KB, I by 4 divided by 7I by 16 is equal to 4 by 7. Then RCB is equal to KCB by KC, I by 4 divided by 3.5 I by 8. This is equal to 4 by 7. Then RCD is equal to KCD divided by KC. 1.5 I by 8 divided by 3.5 I by 8 is equal to 3 by 7. Then RDC is equal to 1. Then after getting the distribution factor, then you have to go for the balancing and the carryover of the moment. The iterative process you have to carry on. First you draw the continuous beam. This is the continuous beam. First you write the distribution factor. You know RAB is equal to 1. Then RBA is equal to 3 by 7. Then RBC is equal to 4 by 7. Then RCB is equal to 4 by 7. RCD is equal to 3 by 7. Then RDC is equal to 1. So in corresponding column and in the corresponding box, write the distribution factor. Then write the fixed end moment. That is MFAB you write here. This is AB, MFAB. Then MFBA you write here 22.50, MFAB minus 7.50 and MFBA plus 22.50. Then MFBC minus 53.33. Then MFCB plus 53.33. Then MFCD minus 30. Then MFDC plus 30. So these are the fixed end moment. Then here what you have to do, because here the support A is simply supported and support D is simply supported. So first you have to do the balance of the support A and D. First you start the balancing of support A and D. Because you know at the simply supported end, the moment is equal to 0. That's why, so first you do the balancing of support A and D. Because you see here, balance of A and D due to simply supported end and carry over to other end. So here you see, this is the moment at support A minus 7.50. When you are going for the balancing this unbalanced moment, so what you have to do? So this moment into distribution factor and you have to put in opposite side. Minus 7.50 into 1 and that you have to put in opposite side, plus 7.50. Similarly, what is the moment here? 30. at the support D, what is the moment? 30. 30 into 1, and you have to put in opposite sign, minus 30. And this moment will carry over to this side. Half of this moment will carry over to this side, minus 30 by 2. This is minus 15. And here also half of this moment will carry over to this side. 7.50 divided by 2 is equal to 3.75. Then after balancing and a carryover of support A and D, then you have to draw one line here. Then you have to take the sum of this moment. Here you see this is minus 7.50, this is plus 7.50. So what is the sum of these two moments? 0. You know, at the simply supported end, the moment is equal to 0. And here you see this is 22.50 and this is 3.75. So what is the sum of these two moments? This is 26.25. And here this is minus 53.33. Here this is 53.33. And here this is minus 45. Here this is minus 30. This is minus 15. So this is minus 45. And here plus 30, minus 30, this is 0. So already this A and D is balanced. And you got here the 0 moment. Then what you have to do, this is the moment at the support B, and this is the moment at the support C. So what is the unbalanced moment at the support B? Because this side the moment is 26.25 and this side the moment is minus 53.33. So this moment, the net moment or the unbalanced moment, that you have to distribute to this side and this side by multiplying with the distribution factor. So what is the unbalanced moment? What is the net moment? That moment you have to multiply with this 3/7 and you have to put this side in opposite side. And also what is the net moment? That you have to multiply with 4/7 and you have to put this side in opposite side. Because here 26.25 minus 53.33. So you will get that in negative sign, the net moment. And that when you will balance this moment, that you have to balance by positive sign. So here you can write distribution or also you can write balance. So this is the balance of the support B. Similarly, do the balance of support C. Here you see this side the moment is 53.33 and this side the moment minus 45. So what is the net moment here? 53.33 minus 45. And that moment you have to multiply with distribution factor and you have to put in corresponding side. Because what is the net moment into 4/6, 4/7, the net moment into 4/7, and that you have to put here in opposite side. Similarly, the net moment into 3/7, and that moment you have to put in opposite sign here, this side. And already this is your balanced. Already the support A and D is balanced. Then after balancing or distribution, then the next step is carryover. So here this moment will not carry over to the simply supported end. This moment will not carry over to the simply supported end because the simply supported end, the support A and D is already balanced. Only the middle span, already in the middle span, this moment will carry over to this side and this moment will carry over to this side. Half of this moment will carry over to this side and half of this moment will carry over to this side. This is minus 4.76 and so half of this moment, this is minus 2.38. Similarly, this is 15.47. So what is the half of this moment? This is 7.74. This is the carryover moment. Then what is the next step? Then again you have to go for the balance or distribution of the carryover moment. So here you see at the support B, so only this is the moment, carryover moment. So this is the net moment. So this moment you have to distribute to this side and this side by multiplying with the distribution factor. So minus 2.38 into 3/7 and you have to put in opposite sign plus minus 2.38 into 4/7 and you have to put here in opposite side. And these two moments, the total should be equal to this one. This two positive and this one is negative. This should be balanced. Similarly, what is the moment at the support C? 7.74 and this moment also you have to distribute to this side and this side by multiplying with the distribution factor. So this is plus 7.74 into 4/7. Then you have to put here in opposite side. 7.74 into 3/7 and you have to put here in opposite side. So this is the balancing of the carryover moment. Then again you have to go for the carryover. Here the half of this moment will carry over to this side, and half of this moment will carry over to this side. This is minus 2.21. This is plus 0.68. Again, you have to go for the balancing or distribution of the carryover moment or unbalanced moment. This is minus 2.21, and you have to multiply with this 3 by 7, and you have to put here in opposite sign 0.95, and also you have to multiply this with 4 by 7, and you have to put in opposite sign plus 1.26. Here also this is the unbalanced or net moment, carryover moment, and this moment you have to multiply with this 4 by 7, and you have to put here in opposite sign, and also you have to multiply with 3 by 7, and you have to put in opposite sign. This is the balance. Then again you go for the carryover of this moment. So this, the half of this moment will carry over to this side, and half of this moment will carry over to this side. This is 1.26. So here the carryover takes place 0.63, and this is minus 0.39. The carryover takes place minus 0.20. This is the carryover. Again, you go for the balancing or the distribution of the moment. This is the balancing 0.09, 0.11. Here minus 0.36 and minus 0.27. Then again you go for the carryover. Next, half of this moment will carry over this side. This is minus 0.36. So half minus 0.18, and here this is 0.11. So half, this is 0.06. Then again you go for the balancing or distribution of the moment. This is 0.08, 0.10, minus 0.03, minus 0.03. Here you got the very negligible amount of moment. Then you take the addition of the moment. Here you see this is 0, this is 0, and just to start the moments for distribution to the end. So what is the moment? This is 26.25, 11.61, 1.02, 0.95, 0.09, 0.08. So this is plus 40. And here this side, minus 53.33, plus 15.47, minus 2.38, plus 1.36, minus 2.21, plus 1.26, minus 0.20, plus 0.11, minus 0.18, plus 0.10. This is minus 40. So always you have to check at the joint, the sum of the moments should be 0. Similarly, here you take the addition of this 53.33 minus 4.76, then 7.74 minus 4.42, 0.68 minus 0.39 plus 0.63 minus 0.36 plus 0.06 minus 0.03. So this is equal to 52.48, and this side minus 45 minus 3.57 minus 3.2 minus 0.29 minus 0.27 minus 0.03. This is equal to minus 52.48. This is also balanced. The sum is 0. Then here already this is balanced, and this here you write 0. So these are the final moment. M may be 0, then MBA plus 40, then MBC minus 40, then MCB 52.48, and the MCD minus 52.48, and the MDC 0. These are the final moments. This is the final moment. MAB 0, MBA plus 40, MBC plus minus 40, MCB plus 52.48, MCD minus 52.48, and MDC is equal to 0. These are the final moments. Now all are clear that how to solve the 3-span continuous beam when both hands are simply supported. Then you can plot the bending moment diagram and the shear force diagram. For shear force, you have to find out the reaction by considering the individual span AB, then BC, and then CD. You have to find out RA, RB1, then for BC, RB2, and RC1, then for CD, RC2, and RD. Then you have to find out what is the reaction at B and what is the reaction at C. RB is equal to RB1 plus RB2, and RC is equal to RC1 plus RC2. Then after knowing the reaction, then you can find out what is the shear force at different position. Then after knowing the shear force at different position, you can draw the shear force diagram. And for bending moment, you know that how to draw the bending moment diagram. So first you have to draw the support moment diagram. First you have to give the direction of the moment. Then you have to draw the support moment diagram. Then the free BMD, you have to draw the positive moment or free BMD, you have to draw about the support moment diagram. Then the positive negative cancel each other. Then the remaining diagram is the bending moment diagram of the ray. Now all are clear. I will stop here.